Super excited to bring this out to you guys. This is a video that's going to be of Brad talking about a certain topic that I think is very important, and I've always wanted to do a video with Brad because he's one of the dating instructors who actually talks about statements of empathy, who actually talks about vulnerability, and he teaches what real game is, what actually gets results. So if you like this video, make sure to go check out his channel, give him a thumbs up, a subscribe, a like, whatever it is. And also I made a video on his channel as well, so make sure to check it out. And yeah, Brad, you can take it away.
Cheers, Mr. Mo, for the introduction. For you guys that don't know me already, my name's Bradicus. I have a YouTube channel. Check it out if you haven't already and subscribe. Now, I've been in pickup for about 5 years, and I've been doing a YouTube channel for just over 1 year. And in that time, I've seen a lot. So most people in pickup, most people that do game, they'll go about it half-heartedly. They'll go about it like casually as they go through life. And for most people that is fine. But for me, ever since I was very young, I was super obsessed with everything I did. I literally, everything I have like put my soul and heart into, I've like given it my all. And when I started pickup, this was no different than anything else in my past. So I started pickup, and some of my biggest problems were every single girl I met, I would push them the fuck away, I'd scare them. And I got really desperate. I just wanted a connection. I just wanted someone to share my life with, someone to experience with, you know. As a man, I desire women. And it got so bad, I literally proposed to a girl that I fell in love with, but in reality, I wasn't really in love with her. I was just in need of human affection. And after that, I truly realized there was something wrong. Something had happened that shouldn't have been there. And that might have been through society, conditioning, you know, the way my parents brought me up, school, the friends I had, just everything, you know, combination of that. So as I got into it, I really didn't have much of a backbone of being social with people. I didn't have much of a backbone with talking to people. I didn't have much to go off of, so I had to really over-exaggerate and compensate for what I didn't have so I could get it going. So I had to focus on everything. I had to literally learn everything from scratch. I had to learn how to be dominant, how to learn how to talk loudly, how to learn how to get out my comfort zone. I didn't even know how to speak properly. I had like fucking speech impediment. I couldn't even string a sentence together without fucking it up and being in my own head and scaring the other person. The first thing I would hear all the time is, "You're fucking creepy," girls would look at me like I'm a fucking weirdo, all that shit. And then eventually I felt more like a boss. But this was a problem in itself because I would put my reality first. I'd put my reality in front of everyone else's, to the point where I would be talking at people. I wouldn't be talking to them. And I would be like literally working, everything I was doing was at the expense of whoever I was talking to. I was just trying to be the boss at everyone else's expense. You know, I might do the direct approach and jump in front of someone and force them to stop. But in reality, I'm like, I'm the boss, I'm doing it, I'm the one taking control here. But for something to be real, to something to be a connection, to something to be two ways, the other person has to feel invited, the other person has to feel like they are a part of what's happening. And that's completely what I lacked. And through shit tons of like work, shit tons of experience, shit tons of infield experience. Now, lots of guys will already get this. Good on you, right? Lots of guys will feel like, yeah, I already know this, you know, that's not helping me, my game's better than yours. Well, probably it was. And my game was really bad, but it's not about how good you are, it's about what you've overcome and what you've done. And my journey has been ridiculous, to say the least. So I overcame that with a lot of stress, a lot of girls rejecting me, you know, a lot of heartache, a lot of me kind of like even crying, you know, just feeling depressed. But I got over it by literally like hammering it out hard. You know, I probably had 1,000 numbers in my phone, hardly any of them replied. I'd go out like every day, like fucking several hours a day, maybe even 8, 10, 12 hours a day, you know, just trying to get better at this. And eventually I started getting somewhere. What I found was I was going about it wrong the whole way. The whole time. I was going about it trying to prove something to myself, trying to show myself that I was good enough. And in reality, that wasn't the way to go about it. It was really about connecting, listening to the other person, letting them contribute, showing your vulnerability. Now, a lot of people say, to get girls invested in your life, you have to be a boss, you know, you have to have lots of value. Now that is true in many ways. You have to be dominant, you have to do this, and all these manly characteristics are like maybe super egocentrical, and I feel like they're bullshit. The real way to do it is through connection, love, showing vulnerability, being empathetic, understanding other people. Now there's a lot of sayings here. Seek first, understand, and then be understood. Let her talk. Let her fucking talk and listen. Now there's so many things to talk about here, but I didn't get any of them at the first. This is the way I used to think about game. You would open a girl directly, you'd have to get in her space, otherwise she'd run away. You have to talk to her and literally force her to stop, otherwise she'd walk off, because why would anyone want to talk to you? And after that, you would have to quickly kind of like interest her with like being a dancing monkey or spiking her attraction so quick, so then she didn't realize what was going on. And then you could get her hooked, and after she was hooked, you had to build up the vibe and then pull her. And this was the process you had to run. It was just like a fucking nightmare. It was just like something I had to go through to get the girl, but in reality that wasn't it at all. Now obviously there is a process, but there's nothing is set in stone as much as that. And what I found, the biggest takeaway I might have found in my whole journey of doing this, from all of this, that you're good enough. A lot of the time, everything you're doing, you're literally just trying to prove your significance by doing it. And as soon as you realize that you're good enough, you literally let all this burden out and you allow others to come into reality. And then not only that, you can show other people who you are through maybe showing vulnerability. And this is a big thing. Mo is definitely going to talk about this a bit, and I know he's really big on this. Mo is big on vulnerability, and that's something I really like about him. Vulnerability, charm, charisma, empathy. He's got them all, right? But this is something I lacked. The last piece of my game was a combination of things. First, it was empathy. I was completely lacking empathy. I could get a girl attracted, I could get her interested. You know, I could pull them, and really understanding someone's circumstance and not expecting them to do anything, not expecting them to like you, not expecting shit, is so key. And knowing where they come from, knowing that they have their own life, understanding their situation, being empathetic of where they are right now in their life, and not, you know, getting butthurt about it. It's fucking empathy. So that was something I took out. And then there's a lot of game bullshit out there. You know, doing things to get the girl, doing things to make something happen is not good in the long run. Doing all this game, you know, getting in state, fucking doing it to pick up as many girls as possible, it's really bad in the long run. The literal last piece was showing vulnerability. And I remember there's kind of a story here. This is when it all clicked in my mind. One day at the Opera House, I remember I was given the instruction to, Brad, this time I want you to go and do the pickup, and you're doing the pickup really well, but I don't want you to really do the pickup the way you've been doing it. I want you to go over and I want you to tell her what is not so good. Why are you stressed out? What's fucked up in your life right now? And then tell her that, and allow her to try to fucking game me. Allow her to try to like make me feel good. Because when she heard this, she saw a human being. She saw something real, and she was like, I see that, I have problems myself. I want to make that person feel better. And that allowed her to see me as a real person, and allowed her to chase a bit. And it was from then on, something clicked in my brain. Vulnerability is so important. It's like almost a secret, a shortcut, which you have with people you know, people that you know the best, you've shared vulnerability with. And that's the secret that connects you, because you know each other's like secrets, flaws. And with those flaws means, you know they're not perfect, but it's comfort. And in reality, comfort destroys attraction every time. Comfort destroys it. Game wasn't what I thought it was. It's really about connecting with the other person. And if I was to put it into a category that you guys had to take from, now obviously this doesn't explain everything, but if you can get this, you're gonna do so well. Comfort beats attraction. Comfort's more important than attraction. Don't even worry about attraction anymore. It's about comfort. And the comfort is a combination of a lot of things, but that's the one takeaway I can give you guys. If I have learned anything in my time in game, is I thought that attraction was the most important thing. That's what I thought fucking made this all work. And when I realized that it was about the comfort, everything changed. I enjoy doing this video here on Mo Abbasi's channel. He's a fucking sick guy. He's a sick cunt. I like what he's doing. I like his videos. He's very similar to me. He comes up on my suggested channels, and that's for a reason. When I see his videos, I'm like, there's empathy here. So many guys in pickup don't have that. He's got the vulnerability. He's just got a lot of things that the pickup community is lacking, to be honest, and I fucking love it. So you guys check out my YouTube channel, Bradicus. I've got shit tons of videos on there. Pretty cool. Hope you guys enjoyed this video here. And like I always say, on my channel, Bradicus out.
So, hope you enjoyed that. Again, if you haven't already, go over to Brad's channel and make sure to check out the video that I did on his channel on vulnerability. And also make sure to give him a subscribe. He's got really great content on there, some amazing infields that you can learn from. And we'll talk soon. All right, peace.